To leave it behind, so real love to find. On Sundays. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Wynyard for another big day of NWFL finals. We've got the NWFL Women's Elimination Final to come here between Devonport and Latrobe. Not much between the two teams throughout the course of the season. Great to have your company. My name's Jacob Bevis from The Advocate, and great to have Xavier Williams alongside me once again. Hello, Xavier. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Absolutely, Jacob. It's going to be a cracking day of football here from Wynyard Recreation Ground. As you mentioned, not much between the two teams. Devonport finishing fourth on 26 points with 6 wins, 7 losses and 1 draw. Latrobe 6 wins, 8 losses. So it's only the draw with 24 points. So, and percentage, around about 10% between them. We're about to get underway. Our caller is Mr. Jacob Bevis.
Tyrrell beats Crawford in the ruck. Now Kelsey O'Hearn picking the footy up. She handballs it off towards Crawford, who hacks one towards the top of the 50. Mia Smith trying to latch onto it there for Devonport, but Latrobe are working very hard to try and force a stoppage, and that's exactly what they do inside the Magpies' forward 50. Mia Smith this time in the ruck with Tyrrell. Ball just not quite coming out for the moment. We're going to get another stoppage, top of the 50 for the Magpies.
So the Magpies kicking to the right of screen. Tyrrell wins the tap down this time. Ball going nowhere. They're just outside the 50. Big win for Penguin in the Development League against the Burnie Dockers. The elimination final here from Recreation Ground. Mark taken there on the outer wing, half forward for the Devonport Magpies. Kick inboard. No one able to take it. Who's back first? Latrobe. They get their hand to it. Might have been Bryant. Clearing. Latrobe. Tyrrell. Head over the football. Hands it back to Sutcliffe. Throws it onto the right boot. Crawford could have marked that football. Didn't. Now kicks it off the ground. Back inside forward 50. Good contest there. Back out to Bryant. She was a good player last weekend. She hands it over to Ruby Woodcock.
So looking to move it here are the Demons. Witt with a target here on the grandstand side wing. Kick didn't quite go very far, but Latrobe were able to hack it to the wing. It's a ball there to be won. Gale in amongst it with the long sleeves, trying to pick it up. Umpire's blowed his whistle for a bit of holding, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of Gale. Tried to handball it off to Newtigen, but missed it completely. And now Latrobe's got themselves in a little bit of a pickle, although they are going to come away with it with a free kick.
From the Terry White Kenmark clock, we've played 2.5 minutes. Gale with the free kick again. Following up after a mistake with the handball. Kick goes forward. Target was Fraser, not able to take the mark. Dispute. Ahern wrestled to the ground by Bissett, and we're going to get a ball up. Centre forward for the Latrobe Demons. Tyrrell wins the tap this time. Pittman at the back. She's been a revelation as the coach. Hands it back to their captain, formerly of Wynyard. That's Poke. She kicks inside forward 50, and the mark has been taken by the red-headed demon in Alana Jago. Montana Jago, my apologies. Montana Jago.
Gee, what about Poke to set that kick on its way? It was brilliant work through the middle there.
Something they've tried to implement this year. Some more run. So Jago has the shot. Julie converts. So Montana Jago with the first for the Latrobe Demons, and on the Terry White Kenmart scoreboard, 1 straight 6. Devonport yet to score. You're right there, Jacob. That was good. The way in which Pittman utilised that run by Poke, Ellie Poke. She's been in and out of the side too with a few suspensions this year.
Yes, but she's been a great addition though for the Demons, as has Emma Pittman, of course. Only 5 points separated these two teams the last time they played, and then earlier in the season it was a point the difference the way of the Magpies. So 1-1 between the two teams as they go inside 50, or try to anyway, through Mia Morris. She's going to get a second crack at it. Ball was partially smothered on the way through. Now it's toe poked off the deck there by Graham. Ball in a dangerous spot here for the Demons. Nunegem picks the footy up, but has been tackled just outside the goal square for Devonport.
So ball up. Great opportunity for the Magpies. Deep inside their forward 50. Graham after the football. Ball goes across the boundary line, hits the boundary post in front of Sutcliffe. And we will go again. So boundary throw in. Getting the tap down was Smith. Latrobe were able to clear. Unable to take the mark. Or clean with the football was Fraser. And Crawford kicks the ball back in for the Devonport Magpies. Who's there first? That's Wicks. She's wrapped up in a tackle. And we'll do a ball up again, this time 45-degree angle on the opposite side of the ground, inside the forward 50 for the Magpies.
Even contest in the ruck there. Comes out for Bryant, who handballs it off, and the Demons are able to exit the defensive 50. Might come back in, though. That was brilliant work there by Wynyard to tap it to her teammate. Now, the kick was affected there by the tackle. Bryant trying to pick it up. She does so, but loses a footing, but was able to handball it off to Sutcliffe, who kicks it into the centre square of the ground. Whitworth goes at it with Wynyard. Wynyard picks it up and tries to bustle her way through with a little bit of a don't argue. Ball didn't travel very far. It spills out towards Enright. Wynyard again on the scene. She's in amongst it in the last couple of seconds or so, and we're going to get a ball up on the grandstand side.
Great tackles there by Van Nunegem. Tyrrell getting beaten out of the ruck by Crawford. Kick off the ground. No one's able to clear. Kelsey Ahern, though, low centre of gravity, comes straight through, uses a dash, kicks towards the top of the goal square. Great opportunity here for the Magpies. Getting onto it, throwing it on a left boot. Duly converting across the shoulder is Madison Cleaver. And the Magpies are up and on the scoreboard. And it's 1 straight 6 apiece on the Terry White Chem-Mart scoreboard. We have played in the first quarter almost 6.5 minutes. And it is a tight tussle as the ladder, the end of the roster season, suggests, Jacob.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very impressive, though, by Cleaver. She's Devonport's leading goal kicker this year with 16 goals now, and she's really come into her own in 2026. Brilliant pick-up and a great snap around the body. So back we go. Good start to this one. It was a great contest at West Park yesterday, and I reckon this one's going to be the same. Early stages suggests just that. So Gillard picks it up, kicks it towards the 50. Here's Mia Smith kicking it to space. Poke's going to get there first. Mia Smith tries to beat her to it. And then Poke's handball, a little bit too much there for Woodcock, but she was able to gather the footy. Poke overran the footy there on the outer side. Comes out for Sutcliffe. Trying to feed a handball to her teammate in Woodcock. But the umpire's blown the whistle here, and it's going to be a free kick. It looks like it's Mia Smith out on that outer side who's in possession.
So Smith will take the kick. Inside forward 50. Oh, the mark at the back. Not reading it very well was the vice-captain for the Demons in Knott. Just standing there, holding her position was Lulu Graham, and now she's going to have an opportunity to kick from around about 35 metres out. Slight angle. Not sure if she'll make the distance. She packs a punch as Graham gets close to the Demon on the mark. Does make the distance, but it goes out to the near side. So that's the first minor score of the game. And Devonport, for the first time in today's elimination final, take the lead.
Here's Poke with the kick-out duties. Looking to the grandstand side. Does find Nunegem. That was a good kick by Poke. Handballs it off to Tyrrell, who gets the kick away before Ahern was able to apply a tackle. Here's Wynyard. She's done some good stuff early. Little don't argue, gets the handball away, but it wasn't really effective. Nunegem trying to run onto it. They all come in from everywhere, and the ball's been held up.
We're in centre wing position right in front of the broadcast area. Next to the interchange. Sutcliffe overruns the football. Wiley tries to knock it forward. Co-captain for the Devonport Magpies. Picking it up and throwing it on a boot was Hayes. Inside forward 50 for the Demons. Getting back is the defence for the Magpies. Get themselves out of a spot of bother. Ahern overruns the football. It's a contested situation at the moment. Tapped out by Tyrrell. There's Crawford. Does a 360. Pirouette throws onto the boot. At the back of it, taking the mark was Bryant, who had a super game last week out on that outer wing at West Park, Jacob.
Yeah, definitely impressed both of us. She runs around her opponent, kicks towards Hayes, who didn't mark. That was clever though by Hayes. Tapped it to space, trying to run onto it, but Bridget Griffiths is trying to put enormous pressure onto her. And now that ball just not going anywhere. In fact, it slips out. And looks like the umpire's going to come in and ball it up there. Umpires today, by the way, Douglas, Wilcox and Dennison.
Umpire Douglas with the ball up inside the forward 50. Real opportunity here for the Demons to get back on the scoreboard and take the lead if they kick the major. Ball going nowhere as Crawford was wrapped up in a tackle by Sutcliffe and co. Crawford into the ruck. Interesting. She doesn't win the tap. Ball goes to a contest and we'll go again up against Gillard. Two smaller ruckmen there this time. So the Magpies have tried to run away with it. They're unable to do so. Wiley then throws it onto the boot. Goes up towards centre half forward for the Demons. Tyrrell kicks it the wrong direction. Bryant standing in the way. She's now pressured by Ahern. Then feeds it back to a Poke. Poke blasts through a couple of tackles. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Unfortunately, Gillard stands in the way.
A couple of really good defensive efforts from the Magpies. Gillard's kick puts Griffiths under enormous pressure. Nugent comes in and little push in the back there from her, so it's going to be a free kick to Bridget Griffiths.
She's showing some real fire today, Van Nugent.
Absolutely. She's been involved early. Kicks it out towards her teammate in DeMonte. She's been held up. And we're going to get a stoppage close to Latrobe's bench here at Wynyard Footy Ground. Even contest in the ruck there. Pittman couldn't quite get to it. Here's Morris being held up.
Going to do it all again. Tyrrell. I think she was beaten to it though by Crawford. Young 16-year-old for Devonport. Off the ground goes Van Nugent. Unfortunately, goes out of bounds on the full. Lasso free kick will go to the Devonport Magpies. So taking that will be Gillard. Across half back. She plays on, brings the ball back in. Board. Graham was the target at the back. Picking it up was Phipps. But a free kick's going to go to Crawford in that congestion. She goes around. Tyrrell kicks inside forward 50. Who's back there first? It's the speed of Bryant. Oh, she overruns the football. Now she's in a spot of bother because Ahern wraps her up. And that's good defensive pressure in the forward half by the Magpies.
A little bit fumbly today, Bryant, but getting a bit of the footy early. So back we go inside Devonport's forward 50. Here's Morris handballing it off to Saville. That kick, though, only into the hands of Poke. Poke's kick is not great, though. Straight into the hands of Ruby Griffiths. So she handballs it off to Collins. Oh, Nugent, that is a brilliant tackle.
Said about that
She
early.
is so speedy. She's onto him like a flash. And here she goes.
The devil's in the detail of the demon, and that's what Van Nugent's been doing. She's doing the team things and doing them extremely well. Kicks towards the wing position. Teammate who picks up the football, kicks across the laterally, back towards the centre of the ground was Gale. Puts a teammate under a bit of pressure in Izar, but she's up to it. She holds the footy inside while applying a tackle on Lucy Saville. Ball up, centre of the ground. Tyrrell wins it down this time. Comes out to the goal kicker in Jago. Jago's kick goes further forward. Unable to take it of the Demons. Fighting hard of the Devonport Magpies defence. They get a kick away. That might have come through the service of Cleaver. Ball goes towards the centre of the ground. It's right next to the where the cricket wickets would be. And we're going to get another ball up.
Bit of a mud pit too.
It is at the moment. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to.
It was a little bit more stickier a few weeks ago. It's dried up a little bit since then. So a little bit of congestion here, trying to bustle away through there was Collins, but the ball stays in the congestion. We're going to get a ball up pretty much in the centre of the ground. 7 plays 6, Devonport have the early lead, a close contest to start this one so far. Here's Tyrrell feeding a handball out to Enright. Around the body she goes. Bouncing ball can be collected here by Gale if she's good enough. Can't quite do so, although she does in the end. And then shoots one towards the sticks. Does it have the bounce? Yes, it does.
Hey!
That was brilliant work. She just couldn't quite pick it up for a while there, Gale, but she did so eventually and was good enough to kick it through the sticks. The bounce was perfect. And Latrobe have hit the front. 2 straight to 1-1.
So 5 points the margin on the Terry White Chemmart scoreboard. We have played close to 2/3, I would imagine. Yes, 14 and a half minutes into this first term. The elimination final held at the Wynyard Recreation Ground between 4th place finishers on the roster ladder, Devonport Magpies against the Latrobe Demons. Finished in 5th. Ball doesn't go anywhere from the stoppage. It's knocked out now towards centre wing position, out towards the interchange. No one able to take it cleanly. They're desperate of the Magpies. They dive on top of it. There's Saville now. She loses it to Tyrrell. Tyrrell loses it again because of Hearn's tenacity. Oh, and they feed the ball out. Well done by the Magpies. They get it towards half forward flank. Who's in the way? Poke steps around a would-be attacker and then picks up the football. She's wrapped up by the captain and coach in Kelsey Ahern.
So back we go. Ball falls out to Sutcliffe off the ruck contest. Good pressure applied there by O'Hearn, not once but twice. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Just outside Devonport's forward 50. Tyrrell only taps it as far as Crawford. Got a little kick inside 50. Plenty of numbers. Here's Poke picking it up, trying to feed a handball to Bryant, but there was a Devonport Magpie in the way, and Mia Morris, her handball didn't find anyone in particular. Numbers are plenty. Falls out to Ruby Griffiths, who was able to get a kick to space. It falls in front of Bryant, who's tracking the footy, picks it up and handballs it off, and Woodcock is the one to kick it outside the defensive 50 in the direction of Gale. She just collects and goes, and then throws it on the boot. It bounces into the hands of Pittman.
Oh, good step.
Pittman, not 1 but 2 steps, takes a bounce, running around her opponent, then snaps it towards Gale. It did get there in the end, despite being touched on the way through, and then kicking it inside 50. Hayes almost taking a mark. She got a handball out. Ball still in play here. It's now bouncing towards centre half forward. Tyrrell picks it up cleanly. That was nice. And then handballing it off to Enright. Her kick deep. Bridget Griffiths is there. Hayes is coming in to collect. Tries to feed a handball out towards Summer French, but in the way was Redpath. And after all that, the ball eventually goes out of play for a boundary throw-in.
So boundary throw-in it will be. Deep inside the Demons forward 50. Far side pocket. Getting close towards the end of the quarter. Can they score another major before the siren goes? Crawford takes it after the bounce, then kicks it towards Graham. Graham knocks the ball forward. Demons there, including Poke. Apply the tackle, this time on Graham. Loses possession. Trying to get a kick. Unable to do so was Mia Smith, but according to the umpire, she was legged, so she'll get another opportunity.
So Smith, with about 30 seconds left, just kicks it into the centre square. Doesn't really find anyone in particular. Mia Morris trying to pick it up. Umpire blows the whistle here for a bit of holding on Bryant. And then Bryant goes out wide. Misses the intended target in Poke, but she was able to recover. Runs away from her opponent. Kicks it out in front of Gale. Ball close to the boundary line, but there goes the siren. Good start to this one. And Latrobe have the early lead, 2 straight to 1-1-7. There's a player down there on the
Devonport
far wing.
Yeah. Looks a little bit of distress. While you check that out, Jacob, I'll let the listeners and viewers know Our goal kickers for Latrobe women, there's 2 single goal kickers. The first one was Montana Jago. Second was Billy Gale. And the ball went end over end. That kick from just outside the 50-metre arc. And then Madison Cleaver for the Devonport Magpies across the body on her left boot in that first term. No real wind to speak of. There is wind. It's actually going across the ground, so away from us towards the scoreboard when you're viewing the elimination final brought to you today by Terry White Chemmart Chemist. Are you able to pick up who that player is, Jacob, over on the far side?
Gee, I think I'd be guessing. I think it's Mia Smith.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I think it's Mia Smith.
Yeah, and a bit of blood coming from her nose, I think.
But she's up.
Yeah, so she's wandering forward, so that's a good sign for the Devonport Magpies. Some of the better players, I'll have a look at the Demons if you'd like to look at the Magpies, Jacob. So for the Demons, I thought early in the quarter, Holly Sutcliffe really showed some tenacity and endeavour, in particular across half-back. Mackenzie Tyrrell was all over the ground. She played in the ruck, up forward and also down back throughout the course of that quarter. The back end of the quarter, Matilda Hayes, she was a target last week in particular for the Demons. Down at West Park, so again she provided good service for them in the last part of the first quarter. Obviously Ellie Polk has been prominent across half-back. She's been a great addition and now she's captaining that side this year. She's got great football intelligence and you can see in which the way she uses the football, and then links up with players such as Emma Pittman and company. One of the players I thought was very good early was Jamie Bryant. Nonetheless, she's not as clean as what she was last week.
Very fumbly.
Absolutely. I mentioned Van Unigen. She's got a bit of fire in her belly today, and she's really bringing that spice to this finals encounter. And the last one I thought that's made a real impact on today's game is Billy Gale. So obviously on the scoreboard, but again, just the follow-up, and she's been a target through the centre of the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't argue with that. And some of the better players for Devonport. I thought Bridget Griffiths did some good things in defence there when Latrobe went forward. Bronte Byard's been very hard into the footy. Really liked the work of Gillard at times in the game, and the injury there to Mia Smith. Hopefully she's okay because she's been pretty good early on as well. I think that's about it really. Really liked how Devonport was able early in that quarter to just pepper the inside 50s. Just kept repeating, going forward, and when Latrobe was trying to get it out, just not allowing them to move the footy as cleanly as the Demons would have liked.
Well, we've got a great contest here on the AFL Tas live stream. It's the NWFL Senior Women's Elimination Final brought to you by Terry White Chemmart Chemist. There's a great blend of youth and experience between the two teams. The coaches are doing their respective best. We hope that you can join us for a cracking second quarter very shortly.
Counting down the minutes till it's Tuesday.
Here we go, second quarter here at Wynyard between Latrobe and Devonport. Elimination final, no tomorrow for these teams. And as we start the second quarter, the Demons, who have the lead early, have got themselves a free kick here through Sutcliffe. So Sutcliffe just popping it up here. Might have been intended for Whitwer, but the kick was slightly overcooked, and as a result, Gillard takes the mark there at centre-half back, works it out towards Graham. But doing well there for the Demons was Harvey. She's in a little bit of bother, though, but did get boot to ball. Only as far as Devonport. It was Crawford who kicks it to space. Bryant running onto it there for Latrobe, just knocking it in front of her, but only as far as Ahern, who's then tackled by Bryant. And the ball has been locked up, and the umpire's going to throw it up there on that outer side.
So ball up on the outer side. No one's able to get there first. Trying level best was Collins. Doesn't go anywhere though. We're going to do it all again. Collins again taps the ball down, follows up, tries to get a handball. Third attempt. And Devonport are able to kick it from the clearance. They're kicking to the left of screen. Is that Cleaver again across the body?
Yes.
But unfortunately, misdirected, and this time it goes out of bounds on the full. Deep inside the forward 50 for the Devonport Magpies, so the Demons will get the opportunity to take the ball away.
It's Poke who kicks it long towards Sutcliffe, but it falls out the back of her. Here's Hayes running onto it, trying to evade her opponent. She's been given the free, though, for high contact. So kicks it down the ground. Summer Jeffrey, good mark. A little bit of a fumble, but was able to complete it. Sends it on its way. Here's Pittman. Deep kick inside 50 towards Tyrrell. But she gives away the free kick there to Bridget Griffiths.
So Griffiths will take the kick, deep in defence. All transition there by the Demons really well. Kick doesn't hit the target. Following up this time, getting a boot to ball was Enright. Goes end over end, but the Magpies take it away. They kick it back inside the centre square. Overrunning the football was Castle. Then Unigen feeds it back. They're going the wrong way, though, with the Demons.
Jesus.
The poor kick there by Cook. Fortunately,
lucky there's Poke to market there. Jesus.
That's right. And if you want it in the hands of anyone, this person's possibly the best. That's a good-looking kick inside forward 50. Unfortunately, they weren't in front. So that's Tyrrell, and a good mark has been taken by the Devonport defence.
She's been solid in the back line. That's not her best work, though. Straight to Bryant, who wastes no time kicking into the hands of Whitwer. And this to extend the lead for the Demons in the early stages of the second quarter.
Sharpshooter too is Taylor Whitwer.
She absolutely is.
Should be able to make the distance.
Let's have a look. Sends it on its way, and the goal umpire did not move. Brilliant kick there by Whitwer. And the Demons extend their lead early in this second quarter. It's 18-7.
So on the Terry White Chemmart scoreboard, we haven't played much time in this second term. In fact, it's just less than 4 minutes, and they're putting their authority on this game at the moment. They've come out with a bit of a devilish spirit of the Demons, and they've taken the lead. In fact, I think it's by 13 points. So ball back into the middle. Oh, good tap there by Smith. Unfortunately, ricochets. Till's able to pick it up inside the mud patch. Feeds it back. Who's going to be there first? Enright. She loses it. Comes out towards Crawford or Smith again, who gets the boot to ball inside forward 50. Demons are there first. They bring the ball back towards the centre of the square. There's Ahern in the way, kicking the ball off the ground, taking ground for the Magpies. Now towards Bryant. Ducks ahead, steps back inside, uses that left boot, just overcooks the kick. Trying to get there was Jeffrey. She gets a handball, goes the wrong direction. Morris. And the Demons again across halfback. Oh, what a tackle by Ahern. Is she going to be rewarded? Yes, says the umpire. She does great damage, kicks the ball inside forward 50, wasting no time, hits the target. Is that Cleaver?
It is.
And the goal scorer and the dangerous Magpie forward will have the opportunity to duly convert. What a tackle by her.
Super.
So, on that left boot, she made the distance. I think she has. Not quite the accuracy. It goes across the face. Unfortunately, it's a minor score.
Ferocious stuff by the coach of the Magpies. Here's Poke trying to clear it away, but could only find DeMonte from the opposition. Chips it short, slips through the hands there of Collins. Here's Poke. Look at the way she runs and then taps it on the ground and then gets tackled.
Look at the umpire.
And that was a super tackle there by DeMonte, and she's been rewarded too in the centre of the ground.
Over accentuating, I think, the cue there was the umpire. Anyway, being brought back now by the Demons. Centre of the ground. Oh, good fist. Been applied there by Georgie Phipps. Heads out towards Morris. Morris's kick inside forward 50 goes end over end. Anyone able to pick the ball up cleanly? Yep, Sutcliffe does. Kicks the ball back out. Who's there? This time it's Gillard. And she's been taken high and she will receive the free kick.
Told to play on is Gillard. Just runs past the person on the mark. It finds its way inside 50. Feeding a handball out there was Wicks, but the ball has been held up. In fact, the umpire's blown the whistle here for a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Latrobe. It's Woodcock who handballs it off. The Demons kick it to the wing. It bounces into the hands of a Demon who kicks it deep inside 50, but Bridget Griffiths is the lone player. She can pick it up uncontested, and that's exactly what she does. Good shepherding there by Wynyard. Now kicks it out wide. Ahern and Summer Jeffrey, two veterans, go toe-to-toe, and Ahern comes out best.
Great courage, running back with the flight of the football by the coach. She kicks towards centre wing position. Smith picks the ball up off the bounce. Advances it down towards half forward. Cleaver is in a battle with Ashley Knott. And the veteran and vice-captain of the Demons sees the ball across the boundary line. In fact, it looks like it was a Lassie free kick. So, she shares the ball with Bryant, who's been a bit fumbly today. So Cleaver's back on top. Knocks the ball forward for the Magpies. Graham's there. She's wrapped up in a tackle and will do it all again. Out of sight of the ground. Currently on the Terry White Kmart scoreboard at the 8-minute mark. It's 3 straight Latrobe, 1-2-8 the Devonport Magpies.
Sutcliffe trying to pick it up, but she's being tackled there by Phipps. And we're going to get a stoppage here to be thrown up by Douglas, umpire Douglas. Smith in the ruck, and that was a good tap from her. Good to see her back out on the ground as well. Bryant's kick tried to find Pittman, but it ricocheted off Gillard. Players just can't quite get a handle on it. Pittman tried to toe poke it off the deck. Gale's in there as well. Also having it for a moment was Wiley, but the ball not going anywhere, so the umpire's going to throw it in the air.
That's the Magpies down here on the interchange, waiting to change. Unfortunately, the ball's been over the far side of the ground. Thrown up by umpire Douglas. Comes down to the advantage of Devonport. Great tackle applied on DeMonte by Van Nugent. Ball's going nowhere. It's just a pack of players, Demons and Magpies together, and umpire Douglas says we'll do it all again. Centre wing position, far side of the ground. For those of you that are interchanging, I reckon they're running further than what they would be if they're out on the ground. Nonetheless, ball comes down. This time Smith loses it in the contest. Comes out towards, I think that might have been Morris who gets a boot to ball. It's up towards the half-forward line, but Bryant sweeps across and kicks back in towards the centre square. DeMonte gets the handball out towards a teammate and Wicks. Is she up to the task? Tries to knock it forward, but picking the ball back up again with the Demons across half-back, that but coming through Poke. She's put it out to the advantage of her teammate. Is she able to be clean? Yes, she is. She possibly had more time because that's a poor decision with regards to the kick. Straight to some Magpies. Hayes is trying to do her level best to get it back. Not good there by Gale. Even we've got rounded out by O'Hearn, who stepped inside. She loses possession, though. She follows up with a tackle on her opposition counterpart in Pittman, and will have a ball up centre of the ground.
It's a pressure cooker contest, this. No one's getting a clear run at it. So the ball's been fed out. Pittman is there, but picked up by Harvey for Latrobe. Now it falls out the back. Gale trying to collect it. Runs into Gillard. Picking it up was Hayes. Kicking it towards Whitwer. Can she snap it through? Gee, she had the distance all right, but it wasn't quite kicked truly. And it goes through for a minor score, and the Magpies are away here.
They are indeed. Gee, it's good football when they're clean, and bringing the ball out was Griffiths. She sees Myra Smith out on the far side. Now she's got time and space. She chooses to chip the ball to the advantage of her teammate in Gillard. Gillard loses her feet and possibly loses possession. That she does. There's a number of demons there to mop up. Sutcliffe loses the football in a tackle. There's Tyrrell. Good smother this time by Sutcliffe. It comes back out towards Smith. She picks the ball up, throws it onto her boot again, in towards the square, but a good mark has been taken by Van Unigem. Hands it across to Billy Gale. Gale inside forward 50, finds the target. That target is Hayes. She's within range and there's no one home. Matilda, don't waste time. Oh, she's going to take her time. And there's still no one in the goal square. I can't believe this. Hayes finally has the shot on goal. She didn't need anyone because she's made the distance, split the middle. And Matilda Hayes has a second. Has the third for the Latrobe Demons. And it's the second for the Demons in the second quarter. I was a bit worried there, Jacob. I wasn't sure she was going to make the distance and there was no one home. But, nonetheless, upon reflection, she's proved
she's a good
the doubters wrong.
Very good kick. She's been a prominent goal kicker for the Demons this year. So Latrobe starting to race away with this one. Devonport haven't been without their chances, though, inside 50. They've gotten it in there enough. So back we go. Mia Smith wins the tap there in the ruck. Van Unigem spun around as she kicked it. Here's a chance for Mia Smith, who sets it up to the top of the 50. Cleaver's wedged in between a couple of Demons. Kelsey O'Hearn coming in to help out. Now Cleaver in possession. It slipped out to her, but she's been wrapped up and we're going to get a ball up. Centre half forward for Devonport.
25 plays 8 at the 12.5 minute mark of the second term. The Magpies need a settler here. Van Unigem calling for a free kick. She doesn't get it. A pack develops inside the forward 50 this time. Poke on the bottom of it and we'll have a ball up. Kicking to the left of screen of the Magpies. Let's see what they can do. They can't clear from the contest. We're going to do it all again. Summer Jeffrey coming off. She's going to be changing there with Ashlyn Bissett. She's pretty happy with the work that Jeffrey and company are doing. Ball taken away by the Magpies inside the forward 50 now. Cleaver has time, space, doesn't need it, just does the boonana on her left boot. And she gets the settler that the Magpies were looking for late in the second term.
She could have 4 goals. She's missed a couple. But the ones she has kicked have been really crafty indeed. So they needed that, the Magpies, just to keep them in touch, keep themselves in touch.
So, score on the Terry White Kenmart scoreboard, it's 2-2-14 at the Devonport Magpies. They're trailing by the Latrobe Demons by 11 points, 4-1 at 25. Ball back into the middle, and we have around about 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Gee, Smith's doing a good job in the ruck against Tyrrell. Here's Collins soccering it forward. Ball just pings around for the moment. Here's Emma Pittman getting herself involved. Can't quite pick up the footy, though. Now trying to take it out of the congestion and running with it is Mia Smith, and we're going to get a ball up here. Pretty much centre half forward for Devonport. Tyrrell tried to grab it out of the ruck, unsuccessful. And now Winwood, I should say, has been tackled with the footy there, and we're going to get a ball up.
So ball up, centre half forward for the Magpies. They're looking to go back in. Smith tackled, loses the football. But according to the umpire, she didn't have possession. So she's going to receive the free kick. She's had a solid first half as Mia Smith. The second part of this second quarter has been outstanding in the ruck. Oh, poor kick. Runs straight into Van Unigen. Wow, she's doing the 1%ers and doing them well. Ball comes out to Jago. She received it as a handball. Hayes up front. Tries to palm off a would-be tackler. Gets the handball away. Oh, the umpire again. That's interesting. Accentuates the decision-making. Free kick goes to the Magpies across half-back.
Wiley kicks it towards her teammate there in Crawford, who went one-on-one with Poke. Poke nearly marked it and then followed it up with a tackle. And the ball's been locked up very close to where we're situated here at the Wynyard Rec Ground. Back we go. Ahern in hard. She collects the footy but has been tackled there by Sutcliffe. And we're going to get another stoppage here in front of the grandstand. Tyrrell beaten there by Mia Smith in the ruck. Van Unigen just couldn't quite judge the bounce effectively. Ahern in there again ferociously. And we're going to get another stoppage.
Ball up. Tyrrell tries to take it. The free kick's been given away. And it's going back to Poke. So Poke's now going to take the free kick, centre wing position. Kicks the ball back towards half forward for the Demons. Jago's there. Allows a teammate in Bissett to pick the ball up. Not clean. Jago has to follow up. She's wrapped up in a tackle and we'll have another ball up. Good tackle applied there by young Crawford for the Devonport Magpies. Right in front of the canteen, where the Wynyard faithful are assembled. Crawford kicks the ball from the stoppage back towards the centre of the ground. No one able to take it cleanly. Follow-up is there by Bryant. Steps inside, feeds it off to a teammate in Winwood. Winwood's kick inside forward 50. Jago runs with the football, comes back out to Gale. Feeds the 40 forward. Crawford, they get intercepts, kicks the ball out wide. There's a race on now for the football. First one that's going to get there is Woodcock for the Demons. She loses possession. According to the umpire, it's holding the football, and the free kick will be going to Ebony Collins for the Devonport Magpies.
Good pressure in this one. Here's Collins working a kick down the ground. Collecting it on the volley there was Cleaver. She just sends a high up and under straight into the air. No one marks it. Ball just bobbling around for the moment. It's close to the boundary line. Demons trying to start a chain of handballs. Collins kicks it off the deck, but only as far as not. Handballs it back to Tyrrell, who handballs it wide to Sutcliffe. But her kick forward has fallen into the hands there of Mia Smith.
So Smith from centre wing position, far side of the ground, kicks the ball long towards half forward. Over the back, the Demons are able to take possession. Sutcliffe's kick, though, was smothered right on the half-time siren by the Devonport Magpies. And they go in at a half-time break, 11 points in arrears. The Devonport Magpies are 2-2-14. The Latrobe Demons are 4-1-25. Goal kickers, Jacob, for both sides.
Yeah, well, just the two for Devonport, and they've both gone to Madison Cleaver, who's had a couple of other opportunities as well, so she probably should have more than what she has. And then single goal kickers there to Hayes, Whitwer, Gale and Jago, who I think kicked the first goal of the game, didn't she? So, yeah, that's the goal kickers for what has been a pretty good contest, a pretty good display of women's footy, that's for sure.
It is. It's up for grabs. There's no doubt about that in the Terry White Chemmart NWFL Senior Women's Elimination. Some better players for the Devonport Magpies. And we'll get Jacob to do Latrobe Demons very shortly. For the Magpies, I thought Mia Morris in particular, not Mia Morris, my apologies. Mia Smith has been outstanding in the ruck. She's been all over the ground, and if it wasn't for her, I don't think Devonport would be within cooey of the Latrobe Demons at the moment. I'd also like to give a bit of a shout out to their coach in Kelsey Ahern, who's just been sensational through the midfield, and her attack on the football has been excellent, showing the younger Magpie contingent the way in which she wants them to play. Madison Cleaver obviously has been a target up front for them in this first half. We've seen players just pinch hitting, so Lucy Graham, Ebony Collins, Bronte Byard. Also, a bit of a shout out to Mia Morris in that second term has shown some good form along with Ebony Collins in that first quarter.
Yeah, quite a few contributors for Latrobe. Sutcliffe has had a good game, as she so often does. I thought Knott's been really good in defence in this game. You go down the page, Polk probably has to be one of the standouts, if not the standout for Latrobe. Loved the work of Gail. Van Unigem has been really good in the 1%ers that she has been able to provide. And Bryant and even Pittman in the mix as well. Bryant was definitely a little bit cleaner in that second quarter, so that would probably have to be the better players for Latrobe in what's been a very entertaining contest, that is for sure. Plenty of pressure applied by both teams, as you'd expect in a final.
Certainly expect the endeavour that's been shown and the pressure for both sides. They've extended the lead by 6 points, and it's now out to a margin of 11 in that second term. And at half-time, Latrobe lead. As we mentioned, it's 4-1-25 Latrobe Demons, leading the Devonport Magpies 2-2-14. It's fourth place, fifth in the NWFL Senior Women's Elimination Final, brought to you from the Wynyard Recreation Ground. We hope you're enjoying it on AFL Tas live stream. And if you're in the vicinity, pop into Terry White Chemists. Great supporters of the NWFL Women's Senior Competition. We'll be back for the second half in around about 15 minutes' time. We hope that you can join us.
I thought I might try to win her back, but I'm all out of confidence. I'm a little nervous about coming down, and every new heartbreak hurts a little more. The first one felt like more than I could take, so I hit the ground running so hard, whittled my soul away. Try to keep my hopes up, but they keep falling down. And every new heartbreak hurts a little more than the last time around. I made a lot of half-hearted mistakes, but I worked so hard on this one. I gave her my everything. Was a losing battle, so I'm laying down. And every new heartbreak hurts a little more. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more than the last time around. And I'll let her go, oh Lord, just let it be the last time around, please. And I'll let her go, oh Lord, this might be the last time around, the last time around, the last time around for me. I'm loitering out on a doorstep again, and it's just so damn cold out here. I can see my failing breath. I'm a little nervous and I'm coming down. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more. Every new heartbreak hurts so much more than the last time around.
Before I met you, love was just a bunch of nonsense. Just another mystery I didn't understand. Was living without it so long that I didn't even feel wrong. Before I met you, love was just another concept. Something I could only witness from a distance. But this fool found some hope the moment I held you close. Now I know no one could ever explain this. No words do it justice. Oh, but I'm sure gonna try. Oh, it's wild, can't tame it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love defined. People say you're pretty good at conversation. I got a way of over-articulating. But when you first looked my way, I forgot my own name. Stuttering, stumbling, falling apart. Feels like I lost my mind but found my heart. It's like I'm dreaming while I'm wide awake. Now I know no one could ever explain this. No words do it justice, oh, but I'm sure gonna try. It's wild, can't tame it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love defined. Call it dumb luck. You got me love struck. Can't get enough of this high. Can't deny that you're the cause and the cure of these clumsy no one could ever explain this. Oh, the words do it justice.
Welcome back to Wynyard for this NWFL Women's Elimination Final clash where Latrobe leads Devonport 4-1 to 2-2. Away we go in the third term. It's been a cracking game so far as Tyrrell did well, got her way through traffic and then handballed it out to Pittman, who sends the Demons inside 50. It falls out the back. Whitwer runs onto it. She a chance gone begging there for her. She misses it to the right. And the Demons, they kick the first score of the third quarter, albeit a behind.
Quick start, quite literally
Yes.
within 15 seconds. The ball's straight out of the centre. And they could have really put a dagger into the Magpies' chances here. They bring the ball out, it kicks miscued, but still makes it towards the centre square. Pittman mops up, kicks back inboard. Jeffrey, double take. She's got the mark. I think she feels as though she's still outside her distance. Thinks about passing the ball off. She's got Hayes leading. And goes that direction. Takes the mark. Poor checking by the Magpies. So Hayes in front of Ahern. She's a bit disappointed with herself. She'll be kicking from around about 25 metres out directly in front. Based off the last chance, this shouldn't be a problem. Well, distance is all right. Accuracy, though, another issue.
Just couldn't quite kick it truly there, Hayes. So Ahern, the playing coach, to take the kick out here for the Magpies. She wanders out of the goal square, taps it on the ground. Now there's a play that's gone down here as she kicked it. It's going to be against Summer Jeffrey. And the free kick's going to go to Phipps. Georgie Phipps.
I would have thought that would be down the ground, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Maybe it happened before she kicked it. Kick towards a contest. Van Nugent couldn't quite take the mark. Followed up with a bit of an effort there to try and get the footy to poke. And then she's been wrapped up and we've got a stoppage just inside 50 for Latrobe.
So ball up again. Demons doing all the attacking. Devonport on the back foot. DeMonte tried to get the footy. Ball was kicked out from the congestion. There's Crawford, unable to pick it up. Poke does, inside 450. And stretching on the lead. Hayes takes the mark. Plays on. Centres the football. Who's she looking for? Van Nugent. Oh, good tackle. I think it's been applied, but according to the umpire, it's too high. That was by Wiley. Yeah, bit subjective.
There wasn't much in it, but the hands did just slip around the neck area.
So Van Nugent. On a favoured left boot. Not a great drop. And the kick, not well executed. Believe it or not, it finds a sanctuary at the boundary line inside the forward 50, and they're going to get another opportunity. We have played on the Terry White Chemmart clock almost 3 minutes. Devonport 2-2-14. Latrobe 4-3-27 in the third quarter.
So Smith in the ruck there with Hayes. Hayes was able to tap it away, only as far as Ahern, though, who kicks it towards the grandstand side of the ground into the centre square. Bryant was there on the scene. Fumbled it at first, but was able to pick it up and then get through traffic and then kick it sideways to Poke, the captain of Latrobe. Bangs it inside 50 towards the top of the goal square. Hayes' direction, couldn't quite mark. Trying to get away with the footy there was Smith. And now Hayes in possession, but she's been wrapped up just inside 50.
So, ball up inside the 50. Smith wins it down, tries to follow up. Crawford gets it, throws it on a boot. Takes some meterage out towards centre wing position. Well done. Good step applied there by Wicks. She's able to get a boot to ball. Just takes another 5 to 10 metres. Centre wing position opposite side of the ground. And Wicks is going to get the follow-up free kick. So well done by Natalia Wicks. Wicks got options wide. Handballs it to a running player. Who then turns to come back inside. That's Castle. Kicks down the wing. DeMonte's the target. Feeds it out to a running Smith. Good play by the Magpies. Inside forward 50. Poor kick though. Standing in the way and reading the ball was Wynyard for the Demons.
Kicks it out towards Sutcliffe, but the ball beats her to the boundary line. And as a result, Devonport are going to win it back here through the last touch rule. Here's Crawford to send Devonport inside 50. Kick doesn't quite have the purchase on it. Here's Enright kicking it from half back. It falls out the back of a contest. Running onto it there was Ahern, but she lost her footing. Castle was there to try and help out. It's fed out there to Devonport. Crawford it was. Ball bobbling around. Latrobe's able to hack it forward, but only as far as Graham, who takes the mark. She kicks it to space to no one in particular. And as a result, it just bounces out of play without being touched. So a free kick. Latrobe winning back possession.
All right, on the Terry White Kmart scoreboard side, 2-2-14 the Magpies, 4-3-27 Latrobe Demons. 5.5 minutes into the third quarter. Stanza. Tyrrell's kick was somewhat smothered by Smith. She follows up to Tyrrell, steps inside, tries to feed the ball back, gives it to Enright. Enright's kick, not great, towards centre wing position. Magpies are able to pick it up. Great tackle applied by Van Newtigem. She's doing all the 1%ers today. Ball's in dispute. The umpire says, I'll have it. Centre wing position, far side of the ground. We'll have another ball up in the beautiful sunshine on the northwest.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. So Smith wins the tap. Devonport with the clearance from the stoppage. Bouncing ball. He's not coming out of defence and giving a handball away to Woodcock. Just couldn't quite control it though. Here's Wicks sending Devonport forward. Now they've got a chance here if they're good enough. Gillard trying to control it but couldn't quite get a clean pick up, and as a result Bryant came in. She was good and then kicks it into the hands there of Tyrrell, who handballs it off to Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe out wide. Bouncing ball into the hands there of Bissett. Sends it on its way to a one-on-one. It's ended up in the hands of Graham for Devonport, but she's been wrapped up on that outer side of Wynyard. We're going to get a ball up.
Players are clean in today's contest. It's going to make a big difference, especially in this second half. Smith tries to take the ball away, so does Crawford. Follows back up. She's wrapped up in another tackle, this time by Bissett for the Demons, and we'll do it all again. Half forward, outer side of the ground. The Terry White Kmart elimination final of the senior women's NWFL competition here from the Wynyard Rec. Oh, kicking off the ground. Was that in danger? No, says the umpire. Van Newtigem gets the handball out. There's Graham standing in the way. She's wrapped up in another tackle by the Demons, this time being applied by Miller Harvey. We'll have another ball up again. Same position, far side of the ground.
Here's Pittman. Overran the footy in the end. And now being tackled is Wiley. So another stoppage here. Tyrrell, nice tap down to Poke, but she couldn't control it. Here's Gillard trying to work her way through traffic. She got a kick away to the wing, but Bryant was front and centre. Little don't argue as she shrugged past an opponent, but the kick wasn't great. Undone all her good work there. It's gone out of bounds on the full. Free kick going the way of Devonport.
Yeah, and it'll be in the hands of Peyton Connell. So it's just a step over the boundary fence to collect the ball, then back down the hill, and make her way back into the stage of play. So her kick all the way down the wing. Underneath it was Poke. She follows back up, feeds the ball back in to Bissett. Kick smothered there by Crawford. It's fed back out towards, I think that was not, back on towards Poke. The kick's been taken there by Tyrrell. Hands it to Pittman, who dropped the football, gives it back to Tyrrell, then follows back up because Tyrrell dropped it, and then she's tackled. Well done by Talia Crawford. So the coach for the Latrobe Demons would be a little bit disappointed with herself there. Ball up on centre wing position, far side of the ground.
Tyrrell taps it down towards Pittman. Couldn't get to it though. Here's Graham clearing it away from the stoppage. It's going to land in space. It's going to be a foot race here. And picking it up was Winwood. Kick goes towards Enright. She's been tackled there by the coach, Kelsey O'Hearn. Smith and Tyrrell. Pretty even contest in the ruck there between the two. And the ball's been locked up in the hands there of Woodcock, and we're going to get another stoppage.
So right in front of the scoreboard. 13 points of difference in favour of the Demons. They're just holding sway at the moment. Tapped by Tyrrell to the advantage of Sutcliffe. She's not able to be clean. She's wrapped up by DeMonte inside the boundary line. We're going to do it all again. It's just centre forward on that far side of the ground for the Magpies. Let's see what they can do with this opportunity. Sutcliffe wins it from the contest, kicks the ball up and under, heads towards Whitwer, unable to take it. Graham gets back. She's wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire says, I'll have it. And we'll do it all again. This time we are centre wing position. Far side of the ground, 13 points to margin in favour of the Demons.
So, DeMonte trying to get to it. No one can pick it up cleanly for the moment. Van Unigem did, but then her kick travelled kind of far, but there was bodies in the way. Latrobe hacked one out of the congestion, but only as far as Wynyard. So Wynyard sending it down the line on the outer side wing. Poker's there. Didn't mark, but got a second bite. Was able to pick it up off the deck. Her kick's a bit wobbly, only as far as Ruby Griffiths, who picked it up and then just threw it on the boot. Pittman, she was able to pick it up. Handballs it off. And the kick has landed in the hands there of Whitwer.
Whitwer hands it on to a running Van Unigem. She throws it onto the boot. Who's in front? That's Hayes. She's able to pick the ball up second time, steps inside, kicks with a non-dominant. That's not a bad looking kick. Will it bounce through? Is that a free kick?
Must have been a free kick.
Not exactly sure as to what for. And Devonport will take the free kick. See if we can see it on the replay. Anyway, Devonport take the free kick out towards Tyrrell and Whitwer. Tyrrell has given away the free kick according to the umpire. No, in fact, she's going to receive the free kick. I thought she'd given it away to Byard. She goes short. Who's the target? Whitwer. Palms off a would-be tackler. Comes inside forward 50. Kicks to the Hayes. Unable to take the mark. Saville gets a kick. Lands in the hands. Is that Morris? Touches the ball along the ground. That's a good kick. Oh, she was taken late by Jago. And that has to be a free kick further down the ground. Yes, says umpire Douglas at the end of the cricket pitch. Free kick will be handed to the coach in Kelsey Ahern for the Devonport Magpies. Good courage by Devonport there.
Absolutely. So Kelsey Ahern kicking it from the centre of the ground towards Cleaver. She's been able to distance herself from her opponent. She gets a kick away, but Tyrrell's on the last line. She's just got to control it, and she does. Gets a handball away, but only as far as Ahern. Dribbles one through, maybe. No, hits the post. Just didn't quite have the carry or the accuracy to go through the centre and poke here to take the kick out for Latrobe.
Comes grandstand side of the ground, Van Unigem. Oh, almost runs into a teammate. Coming back with the flight of the football and goal. It's mopped up there by Gillard. Gillard's kick around the corner finds a target. Playing in front was Griffiths, the captain, co-captain. She winds up now, heads towards about 25 metres out, unable to take the mark. That might have been Redpath or Connell. Ball comes out the back, kick by DeMonte forward. Taken by Ahern, who's wrapped up in a tackle, and we're about 20 metres out, directly in front of the Magpies' goal. They're coming.
They are. Feel like the game's just gone up a notch.
The ball from the stoppage isn't cleared by either side. Tyrrell's got it. She's wrapped up in a tackle. This time the tackler being Tani Morris.
Mia Smith beats Tyrrell in the ruck. Woodcock has been given the free there.
Ginger.
Works it out towards Simpson. Ooh. That was pretty clever there by Simpson. Just got two hands to it and pushed it to Van Unigem, who tries to work a kick to Gale, but there's Devonport bodies in the way. Wicks was there, but it spilled out to Jago, who just slaps it on the boot. It lands in the mud. Bit of stuck in the mud here at Wynyard in a do-or-die final, that ball being locked up. And the umpire's going to ball it up. That ball is well and truly muddy now.
Just waiting for someone to go through the legs there. And there's umpire Douglas getting them out. That is smart. Yeah,
good on him.
So former player here at Wynyard, also at Yolla. Richard Douglas, big full forward. Knocks the ball back. Son, Sam Douglas, won multiple Darrell Baldock medals as the ball's kicked inside forward 50 by the Devonport Magpies. There's a bit of mud on the ball. Who's back there first? I think that's Winwood. She handballs the ball towards Poke in a contest with Ahern. Neither win it. They get up and pat each other on the back as the ball rolls across the boundary line. We're going to get a boundary throw in. On the Terry White Kenmart clock, we have just played 15 minutes into the third term.
Good sportsmanship there between Poke and O'Hearn as the boundary umpire gets set to ball it back into play here. Smith beats Hayes in the ruck. Ball bobbles out to Graham. Wastes no time kicking it inside 50. Tracking back there was Woodcock. Didn't mark it, was able to regather, and then was able to shrug off her opponent who kicks it down the ground. It's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing out of play. And it's going to be a free kick to Devonport. It's in the hands of Redpath, I think it is, on the outer side.
So Redpath kicks towards half forward, brings it in. Mark has been taken there by Smith in front. Finding it a little bit tricky to handle the ball with the mud on it at the moment. Time is of the essence. They have 2 minutes remaining in this third term, the premiership quarter. No one able to take the mark. Cleaver's at the back. Bryan applies the tackle on Ahern. We'll have another ball up inside the forward 50 for the Devonport Magpies. They need a settler here just to know that they're close enough against the Demons heading into the final term. A kick upon goal. Just to the near side for the Magpies, and it goes through for one behind. They are coming. They just need to register a major.
They do. If they can just get one just before this three-quarter time siren goes, it's going to really put them back into this contest. They are still well and truly in it, though. So Pittman kicking it out wide. Van Unigem judged that very well and took the mark. We've got a minute to go in this third quarter. That kick has been gobbled up there by Bridget Griffiths, who does that so well. Of course, got a rep opportunity earlier in the year. Just bangs it inside 50. Bryant had her mitts on it, couldn't quite take the mark. Kicking it to space there was Cleaver, but only to the advantage of Knott, who was able to hack it away. Now Bryant's got a lot of time to run onto this, although closing in is Mia Smith, but she picks it up and just throws it on the boot, and it works out well to Jago, who takes the mark.
So Jago settles, knows there's only 30 seconds left in the term, tries to chew up as much time on the clock as possible. Oh, that's a dangerous kick. Kicks to a 2-on-1, but Nyan Unigem in the middle of two Devonport Magpies is up to the task. Kicks inside forward 50. She plays on. Tyrrell, she can hand it over to Gale. She loses the ball. Good defence by the Magpies. It's released there by Wicks, back towards the centre of the ground. They kick the ball back in towards the mud patch. Who's going to be first there? The captain in Griffiths falls over because she's literally stuck in the mud. And at three-quarter time, the siren sounds. It's 4-3-27. The Latrobe Demons, they lead the Devonport Magpies at three-quarter time by 11 points, 2-4-16. Goal kickers for the Devonport Magpies is only one. It's Madison Cleaver. She got one in the first and one in the second for the Latrobe women. There's four of those single goal kickers. Matilda Hayes and Taylor Whitway both in the second term. Billy Gale in the first, along with Montana Jago. Some better players in that third term for the Devonport Magpies. Jacob Bevis.
I've really loved Mia Smith's game today. She's just been terrific. Bridget Griffiths has done some good stuff in defence, just across that half-back sort of region, just marking the footy really well, taking some good intercepts. Kelsey O'Hearn has done some good things. Probably even throw someone in there like Lulu Graham, who's been good. Crawford's had a good game as well, so some good contributors there for Devonport, but they do need to lift. They've been getting it inside 50. They aren't without their chances, but just not being clinical enough, whereas Latrobe, on the other hand, have definitely been clinical.
They certainly have. Mind you, in saying that, in that third term, both sides only scored the two behinds.
That's true, yep.
They do, if either side kicks a major, this could literally be the difference of whether they are able to run on with it or catch up and then take the lead. So for the Latrobe women, some of the better players in that third term. Again, Tyrrell was terrific in the midfield, playing that ruck role. Billy Gale up forward, Van Unigem again. So she's also been good throughout the course of this particular game. I love the way when she's doing the 1%ers and doing them exceptionally well. Ashlyn Bissett sort of stood up. I noticed Woodcock a couple of occasions, and then up front Matilda Hayes showed her wares. Nonetheless, she wasn't able to convert when she had the opportunity in the forward 50. At three-quarter time on the Terry White Chemmart scoreboard, as we mentioned, it is Latrobe Demons who hold an 11-point advantage, 4-3-27. The Devonport Magpies are 2-4-16. We hope you're enjoying the AFL Tas live stream. Join us for the fourth quarter. We're coming up in around about 5 minutes.
Here we go, last quarter in this do-or-die NWFL Women's Final. And Latrobe have the upper hand as we head into the fourth quarter. Pokes handball, finds Bryant. Kicks it forward. Trying to latch onto it there was Wiley. She couldn't quite pick it up cleanly, and now the ball's been held in. Bunch of players involved, so we're going to get a ball up just outside the centre square here on the grandstand side. Mia Smith has well and truly played a role this afternoon in the ruck. And we're going to get another stoppage.
So ball still inside the centre square. The Latrobe side of the centre. It's taken away though by Smith this time, and a kick goes opposite side of the ground. Crawford kicks it off the ground as well. Takes meterage. In the way though was Winwood. A kick marked on the second attempt by Ellie Polk in the centre of the ground. She kicks further forward, not to the advantage of her teammate. That's a great mark. Is that taken by Lulu Graham? Certainly is. A little fun fact for you. Her father used to be my next door neighbour way back when. So, taken across half back from the kick from Lulu Graham. It might have been Woodcock. Kick didn't go far. Picked up again by Lulu Graham. She's wrapped up in a tackle by Gale and Van Unigem, and will have a ball up centre wing position. grandstand side of the ground.
Tyrrell was front and centre to win the hit out. Tapped it down to Sutcliffe, who was wrapped up there by Wiley, the two number 2s involved there. So back we go on the centre of the ground. Speaking of, Sutcliffe received it from the ruck contest, forced to kick around the body. Here's Pittman now trying to get away from her opponent. But she won't get away from Connell there. So the umpire throws it up. Tyrrell and Smith doing battle again. Tyrrell got the better of Smith there. Sutcliffe fed it out, but only to the advantage of Gillard, who twists and turns, then kicks it to space on the outer side of the ground. Oh, they go in hard there. Griffiths and also Bryant. Bryant was able to feed a handball out. She had it for a moment there, Bissett, but couldn't quite get a clean disposal away. Ball's been kicked to centre-half forward for Devonport. No Magpie able to latch onto it. And now the ball has been locked up, and the umpire will throw it up in the air.
So we're centre forward for the Devonport Magpies. They need the first in order to create some belief in this final term. Sutcliffe's handball goes straight up and down. It's taken away, though, by the Demons. This time through the services of Harvey. Her kick towards half forward. Tapped there by Pittman further forward. What's going to happen here? Who's back first? That might have been Hayes. Pittman now. She's under pressure. That pressure's been applied by Connell. They feed the ball back out. Hayes steps around one tackler, 2. Surely that's incorrect disposal. Doesn't matter because Devonport have got the football. Connell tries to kick the ball further forward. Pittman's back there. Hands it back to her teammate in Harvey, whose kick inside forward 50s towards Matilda Hayes. Why not? She's a great target. Ahern's back there. Brings the ball to ground. Then dives on top of it. Teammate gets a boot to ball. Oh, great courage by both players. As the ball goes out of the back half for the Devonport Magpies, brought back in by Bryant. That kick originally was by Ebony Collins, and the mark has been taken by Hayes. Hayes wastes no time, goes further forward towards Whitwer. Van Unigen applies the tackle. They try to release to the Magpies. Whitwer's able to pick the ball up, feeds it back to a running Pope. She's in real trouble. Loses the football. Ball's tried to be kicked off the ground there by the Devonport Magpies. They knock it again, this time by hands. Then off the ground through the services of Gillard.
And here's Woodcock now. She was waiting for it at the centre of the ground. She kicks it to the top of the 50. It falls out the back. Kelsey O'Hearn runs onto it. She was able to shrug one off and then handball it to Smith. Smith just bangs it to the wing, but it's only to the advantage there of Bissett, who can run onto it with ease without any pressure at all. Handballs it to Bryant. Oh, left the footy behind. So Bissett's going to have to come in and try and help out. And that's exactly what she does. Nice little toe poke off the deck. Lands in the hands of Tyrrell, who kicks it inside 50 towards the contest. Pittman now twisting and turning, handballing it off. It's snapped around the body there by the Demons. Whitwer direction. Didn't find her. Pittman again with the snap, but it's been blocked. Ball comes out here with the congestion. They're trying really hard to clear it here, Devonport, but Latrobe are not making it easy for them. Van Unigen sends a high up and under. Smith is there. They all go in, and it is locked in Latrobe's forward 50 here as we approach 5 minutes gone in this final term.
The pressure dial, the pressure dial has been turned up a notch or two at the moment. Magpies under real pressure. Are able to release across half-back. Who's there, though? Poke sends the ball back in. Who's the target? Why not? Hayes. And it's not beyond the distance, Jacob.
No, absolutely not. Now, before she took a mark and she was kicking it very quickly, but she just needs to go back and try and kick this. Of course, if you can waste more time, the better.
So, Hayes gets reasonable purchase. What about the accuracy? She looks pretty happy, and the goal umpire gives her a 2 big thumbs up.
It's a great kick.
So 2 goals, 1 was indeed by Matilda Hayes. Uses the arc to her advantage. And she has been possibly the difference between the two sides today. They've just had more avenues up front.
They have, yep.
So on the Terry White Chenmart scoreboard, the margin is now out to, what are we looking at? 17 points, 33 plays 16.
Smith with the hit out. It only lands as far as Poke, who gets a kick away. It wasn't to anyone in particular. Bodies fly in. Gillard doing very well to keep the ball in front of her, but she just can't quite run onto it. She toe pokes it again to space. Bryant running onto it here. Morris is coming for her, but she gets a kick down the ground, but only as far as, I think that might be Ruby Griffiths, who takes the mark there for Devonport. Handballs it off to a teammate, who kicks it to the top of the 50, nearly marked there by Crawford. Got a kick away, but it wasn't really that effective. Not now. In fact, it's Wynyard trying to clear it away. Ball just bobbling around in a pack of players. And Ahern in possession, but she's been wrapped up. And we're going to get a ball up on the half-forward flank for Devonport.
Knows it well, does umpire Richard Douglas, former player here at Wynyard. Ball up, goes nowhere. Battle royale between Ruby Griffiths and Miller Harvey. So we'll do it all again. This time Smith wins the tap. Bryant's going to be first there. Good clean pick up. She's pushed in the back or across the shoulder, giving away the free kick. There was Mia Morris, so Bryant will take the free kick across half back.
She's been busy again today across half back. Told to play on, just was able to stroll around Mia Morris and then kick it down the ground. A little shove there by Pittman. Was it legal? Umpire says no, it wasn't. So Wynyard with the free kick here for Devonport, one of the veterans in what is a very young team of Magpies. Kicked it into Pittman, who was on the mark. All just bobbling around. A little bit of holding there according to the umpire, so it's going to be a free kick there to Latrobe.
So next score by Latrobe, if Devonport are unable to, might deflate the Magpies' chances. Pick up there by Whitwer around the body. Goes towards centre wing position. Free kick's been given away by the Demons. And receiving the free kick will be Ava Wiley for across the shoulder. So Wiley wastes no time. Goes towards Crawford. Picks the ball up, shrugs the tackle, throws it onto her boot. She's doing well, the young 16-year-old. Inside forward 50. Ahern overruns the football. So does the Demons, Harvey and Bissett. Crawford goes back after it with Van Unigen, but it finds the centre of the boundary line and we'll have another boundary throw in. Time is of the essence here. We've played almost 9 minutes into this final term. The Terry White Kmart scoreboard is Latrobe Demons by 17 points.
Ball back into play. Even contest in the ruck. It looks like it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Looks like Bridget Griffiths has floated forward, so they're trying every possible angle to try and get over the line here, Devonport, but they are behind by a sizable margin at the moment. Here's Graham receiving a handball from Crawford, but the kick's been smothered. Here's Pittman trying to shrug one off, but she had to get the handball away quickly. Van Unigen tackled Graham there, and that ball not going anywhere on the outer side wing. We'll get another stoppage. We are approaching 10 minutes gone in this final term of this do-or-die final.
So ball up. Smith wins it. And finally, they're able to get their boot to ball. That might have been DeMonte. The Magpies. Comes off the hands of the players competing for the football. We're going to get another boundary thrown right in front of that beautiful... Is that an elm or an oak tree over the far side there, Jacob?
Oh, I'm not a tree
You're into botany.
No idea. No idea. It is nice, though. I do agree.
Ball comes in from the boundary throw-in. It's picked up there by Bryant. She hands it to Sutcliffe, throws it onto the boot. Takes meterage. Hayes is first there. Comes off her boot. Back towards her teammate there in Harvey. She follows up with a tackle. There's Hayes. Ball doesn't go anywhere. We're going to get another ball up centre wing position. It's still 17 points to margin. Time is ticking down. We're almost up to the 11-minute mark in the final term.
Smith went to ground as Tyrrell tapped it. She's a bit slow to get up to, Mia Smith. As the ball doesn't travel very far at all from that ruck contest, so the umpire will throw it in the air once again. Tyrrell and Smith to go at it. Smith might have just won the hit out there on that occasion. Mia Morris just socketed it. Only as far as Bryant. Handballs it in front of Poke. Van Unigen is there as well. She's the one that collects it. Partially smothered was the kick to Sutcliffe and then kicks it forward, but that's a good mark taken there by Collins. At half back there for Devonport. She's looking to kick it out wide, and that's exactly what she does.
Almost.
Couldn't quite mark it there was Wiley. She's trying to recover, but as she collected, she's been tackled, and the umpire says no prior.
So ball's centre wing position, far side of the ground. From the hit out, it's taken by Pittman. Her kick on a non-dominant side. Takes meterage in front of the scoreboard now. Crawford fighting tooth and nail for the Magpies. Held up in another tackle. We'll have another ball up. We are centre forward for the Demons, far side of the ground. Magpies need to get a wriggle on. Jago. Umpire says I'll have it. We'll do it all again. Terry White Kemmart scoreboard 16. 2-4-16 the Magpies. 3-33 the Demons. They're going to go again, I think, here. It's just going nowhere. And they've just got to get a clearance and get the ball out to the Magpies. Need a quick one. There's Crawford. Well done. Gets it forward. Good clean pick up there by Bryant. She steps around a would-be tackler. Ahern applies some pressure, so the kick wasn't great. Magpies are able to repel. Graham's in front. Good mark. Needs to move it quickly. Does. Good kick too. To the advantage of Crawford. Under pressure from Bryant. She holds. Steadies. Kicks back inboard. DeMonte takes the mark at the top of the 50.
So what does DeMonte do here? She handballs it off. And they go inside 50 here. The Magpies. Doesn't find a target though. Latrobe scrambling to try and clear it. Jago got a handball to Poke. Poke's kick was good out of the defensive 50 to Hayes. And they work it through hands. Sutcliffe, the receiver and the kicker. She goes down the ground. That is a good mark taken there by Collins. Really good interceptive mark and perhaps gives the Magpies a chance.
Needs to move it quickly. We're up to almost the 14-minute marks. There's only 4 minutes remaining. Jago going back with a fly to the football. What a mark. Mind you, she was somewhat protected by Hayes, but that is courage. And that's the attitude that the Demons have brought this year. And they've come from the bottom of the table, now playing an elimination final. Could be going into the second week of the finals. If things go their way, all they have to do is to nullify the attack by the Devonport Magpies. They're doing that very well. Super capable of that. And the umpire says that's holding the football, so the free kick is now going to be going to Miller Harvey for the Demons across half-back.
Kicks it down the ground on this outer side wing. No mark taken there by Ezard. Ball just bobbling around, but the umpire has blown the whistle for a throw-up. We've ticked over the 14th-minute mark here at Wynyard. Smith convincingly wins the hit out there on that occasion. Pittman was able to feed the ball out, and they try to work it through hands here, Latrobe, but just not able to get anything going. And as a result, we get another stoppage.
You can see on the Devonport coaches and interchange bench that they are looking a little bit deflated. I think they know the result is beyond them. And it's Latrobe, in my opinion, with only 3 minutes to go. In fact, Lucy Savills removed herself from the interchange, shaking her head, knowing she's unlikely because the ball's been over the far side of the ground, going to get back onto the ground. This time it's Bryant from the stoppage, wheels onto that left boot. That's a beautiful looking kick and lands in the hands of Tyrrell, possibly being the Demons' best player. The handball was smothered. She follows back up, kicks a torpedo up and under. No one able to take the mark. Smith's there for the Devonport Magpies. Kicks back in towards the centre, towards courageous captain and coach in Ahern. It's followed up there by Gillard, knocking it forward. Look at the tenacity by Ahern. Gets it inside forward 50. Cleaver's there. She can go onto a left boot. Kicks it end over end. It's rolling. It's rolling. Unfortunately, it rolls the wrong way and it goes through for a minor score.
She's had some chances, Cleaver, but just hasn't been able to be as prominent as she has been at stages this season.
2 goals, 2 to a name.
Yep, the only 2 goals. So, Gillard trying to... In fact, it's Wiley who picked it up and was dispossessed. It's a good tackle there by Hayes, who's been rewarded. So, kicks it towards Tyrrell, couldn't quite control it. Summer Jeffrey was able to feed a handball, but to no one in particular. bodies everywhere in this contest. Summer Jeffrey trying to get away with the footy. And she's been wrapped up.
So ball back up. Centre forward for the Demons. No one able to take clean possession. That's a good handball out there by Lulu Graham. She's trying to give it to the advantage of her teammate. Unfortunately, she's not clean, but I'll tell you who is. That's Bryant. Throws it onto her left boot. Inside forward 50. Good mark in front of Tyrrell. Was done by, or completed by Ebony Collins. Her kick in a rush back towards where it came from, but standing in the way was Miller Harvey for the Latrobe Demons.
They've been so impressive today, the Demons. Kicks it inside 50. Siren about to sound, is it? No, we've still got 1 minute to go.
Just getting a little bit excited.
Forgot that it was 18 minutes. For some reason, I thought it was 17 minutes. But Mia Smith's going to get a free kick there. A little bit of a blooper to finish off the game just about. So, kicks it down the ground towards the mud. Kelsey O'Hearn comes in to try and collect it, but it's going to be locked up in where the centre circle would usually be if it wasn't for the mud.
So, stuck in the mud for season 2026. That's the Devonport Magpies. Stepping up the ladder from the bottom is Latrobe Demons, and they're going to be playing in the second week of the finals. And if you'd asked Darren Hawkins where they'd be in season 2026, this would have been beyond their expectation. Bryant picks the ball up, brings it inboard. Good kick. Matilda Hayes. And there's the siren. And at the end of the elimination final, it's Latrobe Demons 5-3, 33, 17 point. In fact, it's 16 point victors over the Devonport Magpies, 2-5, 17. So they extended that margin, that final term, by 5 points, kicking 1 goal straight to Devonport's 1 behind in that final term. Our goal kickers for the Latrobe women as we get Jacob Bevis to do his 3-2-1 from today's elimination final. Goal kickers are Matilda Hayes with 2, 1 in the second and 1 in the third. She was prominent up forward. Taylor Whitler with 1 in the second, and in the first, Billy Gale and Montana Jago. They set the platform. For the Devonport Magpies, well, it was only one person up front. She had 2 goals, 2 to a name, and that was Madison Cleaver, and they were both in the first half. Our better players for Latrobe Demons, boy, have they improved in season 2026. You wouldn't believe it. A young outfit with a number of experienced players, about half a dozen of them, that have been sharing the load. But no doubt Holly Sutcliffe has really improved their midfield. Mackenzie Tyrrell turning her attention to football in the last 2 seasons from umpiring. Matilda Hayes has been absolutely sensational up forward as a target for them. Whitware also has been strong for them as a prominent forward. Well, you can't go past Ellie Polk, who's been absolutely outstanding with her leadership as well as her run and her football intelligence in season 2026. Billy Gale's provided a spark across half forward. What about the devilish attitude and tenacity of Mia Van Unigem? Just sensational. Then they've got the redhead, the demon inside of Montana Jago, Bissett, Woodcock, Bryant, Miller Harvey as well, along with their coach, who has led this side from no wins in season 2025 to the second week of the finals in 2026. For the Devonport Magpies, well, they've blooded a lot of youngsters this year. So kudos to Kelsey Ahern with regards to what she's done, and that's going to put them in good stead. They still made the finals. Nonetheless, they've gone out in the first week, but they have a great platform to launch from in season 2027. Talia Crawford is one of those who's a young 16-year-old, has just been absolutely sensational for the Devonport Magpies. Ava Wiley, one of the co-captains, along with Samantha Gillard, have been very good today. And then you've got a young up-and-coming star, I think it's a great utility, Lulu Graham. Collins down back, Wynyard as well, pinch hitting along with Bridget Griffiths. But we turn our attention now to the 3-2-1 and Jacob Bevis in the Terry White Chemmart NWFL Senior Women's Elimination, who were our 3-2-1 for season 2026.
Yeah, well, it's a hard task. I'm going to give 1 vote to Kelsey O'Hearn. I thought she was terrific for her team, led like a true coach does, and was just in every contest, hard in it, ferocious. So she has to get 1 vote. I've given 2 votes to Van Unigem. I thought she was good today. Her tenacity to be able to, run down, apply a few tackles, and just the 1%ers as well. I really liked from her. I'm going to give 3 votes though to Ellie Poke. She was enormous across half back. Went into the midfield and made an impact when it counted as well. And she's been an enormous pickup for this team. And I think that as the season's gone on, she's well and truly proved that. So that's my 3-2-1 there. I could have added a few other players, like even Knott and Wynyard, who did some good stuff in defence, but I think I'm happy with that.
I think that's terrific, the way in which you've looked at that and analysed it, and I think that has absolutely been sensational. So from Wynyard Recreation Ground Elimination Final, it was the Latrobe Demons by 16 points, taking out the Terry White Kenmart elimination and progressing from the first week of the finals to the second week next weekend. We hope you've enjoyed the AFL Tas live stream. We look forward to catching you for the next game, which will be between the Wynyard men and Latrobe Demons.